Guys, the reason why I'm sighing is I already did this. But OBS didn't save it. So, when I went to the files to upload it, you know what I found? Nothing. Nothing except one of the Roblox videos I did. I'm in agony right now. I actually did it. And then, sorry, it apparently the video didn't stop for some reason, even though I clicked stop. So, speedrun this. So, this is William. I think this is William Afton. I think this is the wife. The reason why is we only see one bedroom. Probably boarded up or got rid of it because it reminded him of his dead children. I think Elizabeth died first because we don't see Elizabeth in the mini games, and I think he hates his own child and tries to beat him after he got drunk. Blames Henry because Fredbear was made by Henry by the mechanism Mappa explained. So he kills Charlie, and these are 3 toes. Doesn't mean it has to be William Afton. It could be Shadow Freddy. And probably luring Michael to go to his grave or to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But we know that Garrett, actually the crying child, his name is Garrett. We got that from the FNAF movie. So deal with it. And we know the crying child did not die immediately because, you know this, flies by his hospital bed, and literally I made a whole theory that FNAF World is his memories of going to the pizzeria, but I think Elizabeth's birthday came first, but he knows what the animatronics did because my Help Wanted theory explains. The fun times wake up before they were asleep and tried to kill their child, explaining why their eyes are red because probably William Afton didn't know how to hide those quite yet. And also, we know that could also be the case of why he is scared. But we know that the crying child, Garrett, sees his dad in an unfavored light because of purple, and Rytos explains purple means when he's vicious and stuff, but he's not being vicious in that moment, meaning the crying child, Garrett, sees his own father as an evil figure. But not when he's dying, because obviously the text goes yellow. Seeing him in he's actually being a kind, loving father in this moment, actually being sad. And after this moment, he blames Henry because this was his robot, and also probably blamed him for Elizabeth's death too, because we hear in the FNAF world that he kind of made it. So he kills Charlie out of drunken revenge, and also is so drunk he's going to beat his child. So the mom is like, no, he had a rough day. Leave him alone. But we know William Afton doesn't listen, and Michael's prone to run off, and he's going to be sorry when he gets back because he's going to beat his child, and punishes his child by filling the room with hallucination gas that he used on Garrett, explaining why Garrett was always crying because the nightmares were actually hallucinations explained in the book. But also the books are kind of weird because one of them has something like more fan-y, like a weird pervert fan would do, than someone trying to make lore. But then Michael hates his father of abuse, obviously, and they get a divorce because we actually see, I think eventually we see the divorce papers. FNAF Day 4. Also explain why we don't see the mom. Divorce papers. explain why we don't see the mom, and also probably explains why she is dead. She tried to walk out on him for being an evil, undeemable monster after children's death, and his children's death killed several kids. Yeah, this is not what it was, but okay. Explain why she is dead, and also why Ballora remembers the tomb and stuff like that. He killed his own wife out of rage. And explain why Michael hates his father, actually. You guys think that he loves his father, but he goes to 1, 2, 4, oh, actually it's 4, 1, 2, 5, and then 3, and then 6, 7, 8. And then I'm gonna name these by normal names. Help Wanted, Think, and then Secure Breach, Ruin, and then the latest Help Wanted, and then the game that's coming. That's my timeline, but yeah. Also, he is probably a older child that we know doesn't die first because of Withered Chica. But I guess also why he matters is he was a friend, and I actually think their friends died maybe by animatronics wandering outside, because the Halloween thing also shows them putting on masks, so I think his friends were hiding from the animatronics, or at least had the animatronic masks to hide from them. And Michael works at the thing, frees him, and goes finding his father, and I am going to do something real quick. Oh, yeah, that was a joke. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Oh, please, 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 I beg of you. But this also explains this. He doesn't love his father. He hates him for the reason, obviously, being beat.
It's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there.
He saved them because
Recognized me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's
and baby knows that he's not
something is
normal.
wrong with me. I
I should be dead.
But I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left.
Explaining why people are scared of him because he's.
I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
And we know that William Afton, he does not love William Afton because he burns him, his own father. He burns his own father because of the abuse. The reason why he's coming to find him is not a good thing. It is a good thing, but it's not good for William because he hates his father. And Ballora knows that he is just a broken man. Why she sings to you when you die. She knows that now it's in an empty room. Now it's in an empty tomb. Ballora voice lines. Laura voice lines. Oh yeah, and subtitles, so. But it explains what she says to you.
I could hear you breathing.
She's blind so that
Admit it. You wanted to let me in.
from anger and frustration, he got mad and distanced himself. And from that, he became a murderer that killed children to let out his drunken anger.
Why do you hide inside these walls?
Inside his office to work on more animatronics.
Don't be shy. These are strange circumstances that have brought us together.
Headphone noise, loud noise, if you have headphones, lower them. Also explain why she kills you and why she's here. Empty room. Empty room and empty tomb. You get the voice lines I'm talking about, right? Like, I hope you do. Do you inside walls when there's music in my halls? She's talking about the halls when she was there. It's an empty room. No. Empty tomb. No more joy in empty room. He used to be a normal man. He used to actually be happy, had dreams. But when his children died, there was no more joy, only empty rooms and empty tombs. Room, empty tomb. Probably talking about the Elizabeth. It's so good to sing all day. I think the reason why she says this is maybe it also gives us a little personality about his wife. She loved to sing and dance, to fly away, to just let all her worries away. Also, the mini arenas probably represent her actual children. If there's like 3, I think, mini arenas that she has, normal has, to represent Michael, Elizabeth, and Garrett. Garrett is probably the so long. I hear your flesh and bone. But all alone.
Save me a dance for another day, perhaps.
'Cause remember what Michael says. She thought it was you. Explaining why she says these lines to Michael? Why would you tell your son this? The no joy makes sense. There was no more joy. But she thinks he's William Afton saying, you wanted to let me in. And Ultimate Custom Night, but in this, she's saying there was an empty room, an empty tomb, Elizabeth's death. There was an empty room, and he was sad and depressed, William Afton. Explaining that, but I do think they got a divorce, but Miss Afton divorce. Because I do think there was one. Who is one? Oh yeah, William Afton's YouTube apology. We just found kind of cringe stuff. Okay. Well, kind of, but it makes sense why he would kill her. Not is out of random things, but why she hates him. She probably wanted to leave, but then he got mad and killed her, explaining how Ballora knows so much. He was too scared to let her in. He was too scared to let anyone get close to him. So he was mad. He was angry, hated Henry. And Michael hated William for taking his anger out on him in the crime. So the story is Henry was a normal-ish guy, had a wife, children, until one incident. Elizabeth dies. Well, he was ish normal. The only secret he had to hide was he made things to kill children so he could be immortal. But then it goes terribly wrong, knowing that these things attack. And also attacked his children, so he told Elizabeth, don't go near them. But she disobeys, dies, then he gets depressed and drunk. Well, gets depressed, but not enough to drink and abuse. Or at least abuses off screen, explaining why Michael's so angry. But then Michael plays a little prank and accidentally gets his brother in a coma. And not in a coma, injured. His brother has brain damage now. And as the brother's having these nightmarish things attack him, going to sleep, going to FNAF World, remembering good times. And also thinking that the reason why Henry is dead is that he got killed by Baby, because, that's the monster that attacked him. But then he dies, and as he dies, his father tells him I'll put him back together, sincerely, actually having emotion. For most of Current Child's life, he saw his dad as an evil monster vindictive. And then this is where he actually starts getting drunk, blaming Henry because it was Henry's creation. So he kills Charlie, and it beats his son. And his son hates him. So when he gets spring locked after going back to a pizzeria, after, it closed down and Michael stopped working there and worked at FNAF 2, he dies. He gets spring locked, but Michael is kind of old enough to take care of himself. So he comes to find his father and stuff. His father also wanted that, so he'd, not get murdered, but that was kind of But he wants to find his father to kill him because he's angry at his own father. So, guys, that's my theory. And the reason why I think he hates his father is why did he burn the place down? The gas leak and all of that. He burned it down to free the souls and also kill his own father. Probably explain why William doesn't hesitate to kill his own son. So, yeah, that's my theory. Okay, bye, guys. The Midnight Motorist theory. Okay, bye.